What's up guys? Today I have a great video for you guys today. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make your guitars nice and fat in your mix, your electric guitars. So let's jump into it. Okay guys, so here we are in Logic Pro X. And now the first thing I want to do is actually play these guitars for you guys and actually have you listen to them to see what you guys think. So take a listen to these two guitars. So they're good, they sound great, but we can make them even better, okay? So what I'm using for an amp is I'm using a virtual amp, and it is the Waves GTR3. And these are the pedals I'm using on the amp, and then I'm using a drive amp for it too. So that's what I'm using, the Waves GTR3. So I want to make these guitars a lot more fat, and I want to make them stand out together in the mix. So we're going to do that right now. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab an EQ. So we're going to grab the channel EQ inside of Logic here. Here we go. Here's our EQ. And what we're going to do is, let's take a listen to our first guitar here. Actually, let's take a listen to them. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is clean up the low end, okay? I always start with the low end first because I want to make sure that I get a good low end so that it's nice and cleaned up and we're not getting too much of it, okay? So let's use a high pass filter to first clean it up. That is the first thing I always do with my mixes, is control the low end better. Okay, so the idea to actually using a high pass filter is to not bring your high pass filter all the way up so you get rid of your low end completely. That is not what you want to do. You don't want to get rid of it completely. You just want to control it. You just want to hear a little bit of your low end too, but you don't want to get rid of it completely, okay? So what we're going to do now is let's move on to the next guitar, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go down to our second track here and open up the same EQ. And we're going to use a high pass filter on this guitar too. Here we go. Okay, there we go. That's how much I want to put on for a high pass filter. So like I said, the whole idea to a high pass filter is not to get rid of all the low end, just to control it and leave a little bit of low end in, not take it all out. Because the thing about it is, if you take all the low end out with a high pass filter, your guitars aren't going to sound naturally recorded. They're not going to sound natural. Because when you record a guitar, you do have low end in your mix. So you want your guitars to sound as natural as possible when you record them, okay? And the key to that is to not over mix, all right? Okay guys, so we're gonna move into the mid-range right now, like I said. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna search around the mid-range from like 200 to 1K to see what we can find to make these guitars sound great. So let's do that right now. Now, I want to point this out to you guys right away. If you guys didn't hear that just right now, as soon as I boosted that frequency around 200 to 300 hertz, the guitar started to sound really fat. So literally, This is what I mean. The mid-range is where your electric guitars are going to sit the most to make them nice and fat, okay? So let's search around here. Okay, right about there is where I'm actually loving the tone. It sounds really fat to me and I love it. So what I'm going to do is take that down to about 3 to 6 dB. Now I like to work in 3 to 6 dB chunks. I like that because that is a good gain range for me to work in. So here we go. Okay, so and since I like to work in like 3 to 6 dB, the reason I like to work in that gain range is because it's not too much gain and it's not too little gain, okay? It's just a perfect amount. That's where I like to work in. So we're still gonna work in the mid-range now and see what else we can find. So let's search around here again. Let's grab our next band and see what else we can find here. Okay, right there around 620 hertz. That sounds great to me. And the reason why I love that tone right there is because it's actually, I'm hearing some of the pluck of the guitar strings of hitting it. And I'm getting a nice fat tone and the pluckiness of the strings, which I'm looking for. So that's a tone I love right there. So like I said, we're gonna bring that down about 3 dB right now. Okay, so what we're going to do now is actually even that out. Alright, now, the one thing I want to do now is I want to bypass this guitar track to actually see where we have gotten, okay? Where we started and where we are now. So let's do that right now. Okay guys, so like I said, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna bypass this EQ to see where we are now and where we started. Okay guys, that sounds fantastic because as soon as I bypass it, all of the low end really comes back in and a lot of the muddiness is still there. But as soon as I put the EQ back in, the low end actually disappears a little bit and it also is giving it a lot more fatness and a lot more clarity, which I love. I want to give you guys a tip too. Now, if you guys can't hear this, if you're listening on an iPhone or you're listening on like a computer, put some headphones in. You'll be able to hear what I'm doing a lot easier, okay? Now, the other thing I want to say is, whenever I give you guys these tips or I teach you guys anything on this channel, make sure you guys are writing these things down. Because whatever I teach you guys on this channel, you guys are going to need to know for your guitar tracks or whatever I'm teaching you, okay? I created Golden Productions because I wanted to teach you guys everything about audio engineering and to make you guys audio engineers, okay? Okay guys, so I hope these tips actually helped you guys out so much and for mixing electric guitars. Guys, these tips with using EQ will really help you out. Make sure you follow them. And remember, these frequencies that I used, that I mixed, don't make sure you don't copy them. Because the thing is, I've had people actually say to me, oh, can I just copy your moves on EQ? No, you can't. Because everybody's music sounds different, okay? So guys, make sure you actually learn EQ and learn the frequency spectrum, because learning how to mix guitars is a lot of fun. And the main thing I want to tell you is that guitars are a mid-range instrument. So they're going to be sitting in the mid-range, which is between 200 and 1K, okay? That's your mid-range. And that's the frequency you want to stay in, okay? So guys, I hope you learned a lot today, and if you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, guys, and I mean smash that like button. Let's see if we can get this video to 100 likes in the first 48 hours, guys. Guys, giving a thumbs up on this video really supports the channel and it really helps out a lot. So thank you guys so much for all the support. We are on a roll with posting videos every single week, and guys, we are almost to 600 subscribers. I cannot believe it. Right, we are almost to 600. Thank you guys so much. Hit that subscribe button down below, make it turn gray, be part of the channel. And guys, you guys are the best. Thank you for all your support. I will see you guys in the next video. Keep making great music. I'll see you guys next Friday. See ya.